We are back on our custom fiberglass door panels. Remember, we're doing 3 10s, 2 horns, and 1 tweeter on each door. Probably look something like this. Let me lay 1 ring down, another ring down, and then another ring down. Then we'll do 1 horn up here, another horn right there. And then the tweeter, we will just put it right here. I did want to put it in the corner, guys, but I don't think it's gonna fit. But we'll just go ahead and put that guy right there. It'll definitely look good. And man, that door is gonna be loaded up and that thing is gonna talk. Don't forget, we are just gonna go ahead and fiberglass these door panels, and they are gonna get wrapped in black carpet. But because there's gonna be so much weight on the door, we need to make sure that it is solid. But for today, we actually need to go ahead and cut out a lot of the plastic on the door so the speakers can just mount in there pretty good without having to worry about anything. The customer himself, you know, he's a car audio guy himself too, but he just didn't want to build the door panels himself. So we're just pretty much just going to build the door panels for him, and he's going to go ahead and install everything. But we need to make sure that he does not have no problems when he goes to load the speakers in. But for today, man, we're definitely going to go ahead and chop these bad boys up. We got our jigsaw, man. We got our wood stands that we will be cutting down to get the proper spacing for the speaker rings to the doors. The chop saw ready to rock and roll, man, to go ahead and give us our strips. Quite a bit of work to do today, guys, man. We're just going to get on the grind and get right straight to it, man. I'm just gonna pretty much just start off with just marking out with my marker what needs to get cut out. Just there. Definitely gotta cut this horn. Probably just bring it up a little bit. Now the tweeter. Go ahead and mark it. The 10. Definitely gotta lift it up. Gotta mark that guy right there. We gotta cut into the wood grain. That's good looking wood grain, but man, we actually gotta go ahead and cut into it. More than likely, we won't cut into it that much. Hold on, let me see something. Well, the reason I actually gotta cut this section off is because if you were to go to load this in there, that's gonna be in the way. You need to go ahead and cut that out so this just drops in freely once we get the ring mounted in there. And when he goes to load up his speakers, man, there's no problem. The top part of the door, we really don't have to do that much cutting, just because we can actually just let the magnet sit on the door itself. Put our stick down, mark it, and chop it. Nice free area for the speaker to rest on. Like the horn and this other 10, we don't really need to cut nothing off, just because, man, they could just drop right in. But right here in this section, man, we definitely got to cut it out because it's definitely in our way. We probably will just cut a small portion of the lower part. We'll end up probably just cutting out a small portion of this door panel just so we can have a little bit more play for the magnet of the 10-inch to drop in there without a problem. One thing that I will say, once we actually start laying down rings, we will actually get to see where we actually have to put the ring, because I can lay the rings down and they'll probably fit, but once we actually start positioning the actual rings itself, then we'll know where things need to go and where we can really fit stuff. Like we can already, you know, say that the 3 10s will fit, one here, one over there, one in the corner, but we may have to bring this one up just a tad bit, put this horn right there, and then maybe try to squeeze the tweeter ring inside there. We just don't want to get to the point and build and, you know, something hits the seat. Even if I have to go inside here and cut this section out just to countersink the ring so it sits flat, I will do so just in order to get that perfect fitting. I can layer them up because, like I said, I could cut this section out, countersink this guy, and then make this one pop up a little bit more, but raise it up. You see, like right here, we'll just put a wood ring, for example, and this one, and you see, we'd probably have to, you know, drop it up a little bit, but with us countersinking it just a tad bit, man, we'll get that perfect fitting, and man, it'll still look pretty good. I don't want to build nothing just too flat, just because, I mean, flat is played out, but we are going to give it a little bit of contour and shape so that thing is like dope looking, you feel me? So I'm actually just going to go ahead and just mark this guy out because I can already see we are going to have to countersink this one to get the best fitment for it. So let's just trace it out. Then, you know, we'll get really badass placement for it, and then it'll have a nice little curve once we actually go ahead and fleece. But we'll see the design come into play as the videos goes, guys. Right now we're, you know, don't even know if that's gonna actually go there. We're just brainstorming real quick before we actually get to laying some rings down. But we do got to do a lot of cutting, man. That's definitely a must. Alright, so we got the door, man, butchered up, but look, this tent is gonna fit in there just perfect, sweet, really badass fitment. Now, remember our ring was gonna sit like this before. Look at this, guys. Boom, it's gonna sit in there, and then we'll just glue it into place. Now that actually looks really badass. Almost even tempted to go ahead and even cut it a little bit over and put it right there, but then we lose the structure of it, you know, having somewhere to hold itself to. But either or, I mean, it looks good. If you guys really want to pay attention to detail, see, this one is more drop down than this one, so when we actually go ahead and staple our fleece, this will give us a nice dip versus everything just being square, just looking like SpongeBob. So this one would go right here, and just visualize it. The other one may go up a little bit higher, and you know, it'll have you know, step and then step up to where it's not just like square like that. You see what I'm saying? The tweeter, just depending how we feel at the moment, we may just go ahead and stick it up this so it has a little bit of contour, or we may just do the same thing and countersink it as well too, just to keep like that stealth low look. Nothing to interfere with hitting the seat or getting close to the seat. Side part of the actual tweeter is still gonna get exposed, and I'd rather it just be like barely, you can slide a piece of paper between the tweeter and the seat. Definitely not touch the seat at all if we go ahead and countersink it with the tweeter itself. So now that this one is actually cut up, man, let's go ahead and transfer the same cutting spots to this one. So we pretty much just like build them both at the same time. I hate building one door panel and then the other. I see some people do it, and I just rather build them both at the same time, cut out the stands at the same time, cut out the door at the same time, because they both will get done at the same time, man. Let's get it. All right, so I am done cutting everything out, guys, but man, we got a quick mess. But look, check this out. Ready? 1, 2, bam. Look, nice and clean, guys. Even if you don't know what you're doing, guys, just like me, definitely work in a clean environment. It's gonna help you step a little bit better, and then you're not just thinking like, dang, I gotta clean up, man. Now you're just using your head for pure design and, you know, having a good, you know, visual of what you're gonna actually do. Pretty much we have an open canvas on any type of artwork that we want to go ahead and do on these door panels, because this is definitely artwork. It's woodworking, you know, artwork, guys, man. You put your imagination to work and you bring it to life. What I'm gonna actually tackle for the rest of the video, guys, is I want to go ahead and make my stands for the 10s on each corner, and then maybe get the stands going for the 2 horns. I want to decide if I want to cut this out and countersink the actual tweeter. I need to make that decision before I actually go ahead and start gluing rings down, because the last thing that I want is to glue rings down and then later on get the itchy feeling and be like, you know what, let me go ahead and cut this out. And then now after gluing the rings down, when I cut this out with the jigsaw, air saw, whatever I do, it's gonna actually vibrate the door and it's gonna break my rings off. Then the solid glue contact that your boy had made is gonna fall apart. Then I gotta start all over again, and that's not what we want. So sometimes just sitting back and just like playing with the rings and setting them in place, looking at it, and then, you know, having a picture in your head will get your work done a lot faster, because then once you actually get an idea of where you want to go, boom, you know, you're just in that mode and you're grinding and getting those door panels done. So right now what I'm actually gonna do is I know that I could just pretty much just like mount my 10 to that, but just got to get stands going to go ahead and keep the speaker ring sitting straight up and down. Let me go ahead and actually get underneath. I'm gonna go ahead and cut 2 for this side and 2 for this side, so we can go adjusting both of the 10s at the same time. What they look like. Too bad, not too bad. I am feeling it, I am feeling it. But after we actually go ahead and glue them down, we can come in here and do more spacers just to actually reinforce it. This is what we call just pretty much like mock-up, you feel me? Okay, so now that I know that size works, let's go finish cutting out the ones for this side. Bring it. Let's position it. Looking good, looking good. This door is actually a little bit warped, so if that ring looks like it's going a little bit more up, it's just because the door's warped. I was gonna screw the door down to the actual wood just so I can get a nice flat surface, but I'm not even gonna like tweak the door like that. So that go ahead and tells me when I go and fiberglass the door panels, I gotta like resin them very lightly so they don't cure like automatically, just so they don't topple up on me. But we'll get into that when the video comes of actually fiberglassing the door panel. But for now, man, we need to go ahead and concentrate on the skeleton. Now we got the actual 10 somewhat set into place. All right, tweeter there, or horn, I mean. Horn right here. So now we're gonna have to position the horn and just see what. That looks pretty good right there. So let's actually one and 3/4. Sun has definitely come out. So let's cut to it. Let's see.
What's the venom juice looks like?
What?
What's that venom juice? Can I drink? Do I have to drink this?
Oh my god. Oh!
Oh.
This guy comes in and everything falls apart. Look. Oh, done. There he is. Look at him. May have to put a small dab of hot glue just to hold in the horn ring a little bit so I can be able to see what it looks like. I got the hot glue getting hot, man. Let's go finish cutting out the other two stands for the other horn. Unplug the glue gun and take it with me. It's nice and hot. I'm gonna put a quick dab of glue just to hold it. So we can see what this is gonna look like. That's all we need. Us countersinking the ring, we see that we actually gotta notch the corners off, especially that one, because we don't want it poking out when we stretch our fleece. So we pretty much will leave like that curve so it has something to grab and hold on to, but we'll definitely slice that guy out because when we stretch the fleece from there to here, we don't want that thing bulging out and it looking ugly. Look at that fit, man, guys. That looks really, really dope. That looks really nice. So now I actually just gotta sit here and put my tweeter ring and look at it and try to picture what it would look like there. I mean, obviously that'll drop, then it'll pick back up, but do I want to risk the chance of it hitting the seat? I think right here, this is the line where I know that the seat's at. Maybe if we can stay a little bit above that, I think we'll actually go ahead and be able to clear it. I just want to make sure that I have enough room to fit everything that I want. With that horn in place, you know, we obviously know that our tin is going to sit in there, and it may, you know, we could actually cut that out and countersink it a little bit more, just so it has a little bit more of a contour. Our horn in place there, we can actually go ahead and, you know, have a visual. We can pretty much just like raise it up a little bit, but we do actually have to cut out the back end of it so the magnet of the horn can actually clear. At the end of the day, I think it will still look good. All right, so real quick, man, let's just go ahead and admire this door panel really fast. We are definitely making progress on the door panels, guys, but your boy actually has to go and sleep on it tonight. I have to, you know, picture out a couple things. Probably when I'm editing the video, just visualize a little bit better and just make sure that the route that I want to go with the door panels, that's the route that I'm actually going to go with. So we're going to pause the video right here. Then we're going to get back at it again tomorrow, guys. And then we're going to fully lay down the skeleton on the door panels. Definitely stay tuned for the next video, man. We're going to get down. We're going to get, you know, we're going to get straight to the grind. Man, you guys are going to be a part of it and see these door panels come to life, man. But with all that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.